Uh, Good evening, everybody. Hello. First of all, let me say thank you for inviting me to speak at the Telegraph debate. I'm very happy to be here. A little surprised because I am not as prolific as everybody sitting on the bench over here, for and against. I was a little hesitant to accept this invitation, but the Telegraph was insistent. So if I make any mistakes, and if I speak any nonsense, it's their fault, not mine. Before leaving for Calcutta, actually, I asked all my dad's Bengali friends as to what I should and should not do at the Calcutta club. And I was told that, you're an actress, so you should just, if you have specs, you should wear your specs, and you should not smile too much when you're talking. So that's not going to happen. Sorry, I can't do that. And for the sake of vanity, since I'm an actress, I'm just going to do away with the specs for this evening. I hope I can impress you despite that. I have written down all my notes. I know that there are lots of passionate speakers over here, and they're going to be speaking off the top of their heads. But since I don't have that much experience, and the last debate that I attended was in school, I'm going to be safe on the safe side and write down what I have to say. There are many, many types of intolerance. Political intolerance is probably only one of them, and I'll leave the politics to all these people much more well-versed in it than me. I'll speak about the intolerance elsewhere, in case being myself. I've always been an intolerant girl. 20 years ago, I was pictured as a demure and docile Indian girl being brought up in London by a caring and strict father who allowed me to go on my first European trip with friends after much coaxing and cajoling. And there I meet this boy who quite famously held my outstretched hand and pulled me onto the train compartment even as it was pulling away from the platform. But once on the train, he and I were so totally on the wrong track. After all, how could any good Bharatiya Nari ever tolerate someone as frisky and flirtatious as a boy called Raj? I mean, come on, with overgrown hair, undergrown manners, from talking non-stop to dropping me on the dance floor to squirting water on my face with a rose. I mean, forget it. He made me so mad, forget intolerant. Mr. Speaker, sir, the boy I was seriously intolerant of in 1995 was Shah Rukh Khan. And it was only later that I, as Simran, managed not just tolerate him, but also fall madly in love with him because, after all, the Dilwala had to take the Dulhania away. 10 years later, another Khan was to fare far worse than Shah Rukh, of course, in the face of my intolerance. I was then a blind Kashmiri girl who travels with her parents for the first time to Delhi. I meet a Casanova tour guide who I lose my heart to. I get my vision back, but before our marriage, but then everything goes terribly wrong as he's killed in a horrible bomb blast. Years later, I'm living in a remote house in Kashmir, and this man turns up at our door, wounded and on the run. Without knowing who he is, I save his life, and after finding out who he is, I get married to him. Wow. When I finally realize he's a terrorist who ends up killing my father for his mission, I'm so intolerant of him that I don't think twice before putting 2 bullets through him. And that was Amir Khan, and he was so fana. In 1998, I was flying to Paris, despite a serious fear of flying, to get back to the boy I loved. On the flight, I meet this man called Shekhar, a stranger, who was headed home with a stolen necklace. He slips the stolen necklace into my bag, stalks me for days, and manages to irritate me in just so many ways. I was severely intolerant of him until I realized he had a heart of gold under all those brooding silences. And that one line of his, "Aisa hi hu main," just stole my heart. After all, pyar to hona hi tha. A year later, real turned to real, and I was married to this man that you all know as Ajay Devgan. Those who know me and my family have often said that this intolerance runs in our blood. My mother, a Maharashtrian actress, acted in many Bengali films. She was fortunate to earn the affection of the people in Bengal, but she remained completely intolerant. Consider her in the film Deyaneya. She was acting opposite the iconic Bengali hero Uttam Kumar. My mother was an insolent, intolerant, but wealthy girl. And the staff in the house said that she had a military temperament. She has that in real life as well. It wasn't too much of an act. She fell in love with the voice of Uttam Kumar, who was a businessman's son who preferred to sing rather than look after the family business. His father threw him out of the house, and Uttam Kumar took a job at my mother's house. Intolerant girls are not often very clever, exception in this case. And she hardly realized that the person she was in love with was actually her chauffeur. Uttam Kumar tolerated her intolerance, and as it happens in movies, the end was a happy one. Sometimes there are rewards in intolerance. Over a century ago, on the Bengali stage, a great actor was playing the role of an intolerant zamindar. A member of the audience was so agitated that he picked up his shoe and threw it at him. The actor picked up the slipper and touched his forehead to it and said, "Today, my life is truly blessed." The actor was Girish Chandra Ghosh, and the gentleman in the audience was Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, one of the greatest Indians ever. Actually, we all play to a script. You may have seen Spielberg's movie, Who Killed Roger Rabbit? The vamp in the film, Jessica Rabbit, is a cartoon character, and she tells Spielberg, "I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way." So, Speaker Sir, for these reasons, I would like to endorse the motion. There are many types of intolerance, not merely political ones. And there has always been intolerance in India. There are fault lines, we have inequality and poverty, we have social divisions, we have differences of caste, gender, language, religion. And I am not a politician, so I think that to make all the social issues political is absolutely wrong. I also think that we all need to work together to make a stronger and a richer India. Only then will intolerance cease to exist. The debate on tolerance does not recognize this. It has thus become the new intolerance. Once again, Mr. Speaker, sir, I endorse the motion. Thank you.